it's Leith from Prestige Pianos, and I'm here sitting at this wonderful fun keyboard and a great sound that it produces out of the speakers. This is a Psr Sx900, and basically it is great for a person who has been used to having maybe an organ or they've had other keyboards. The secret to Yamaha's success in this keyboard area is, I think for a lot of people, is the fact they've been able to combine sounds that work really well with the rhythms. And the secret of all of that is this magic button called OTS. And if you've owned a Yamaha product, you might be familiar with it. It simply connects the sounds to the rhythms. So you don't have to think about...
What's OTS stand for, Lee?
One touch setting.
Ah.
So that when you hit one of the rhythms here, and there's 4 variations, it will choose the sounds to match. And so it's so flexible. So just that first piece I did, I just went to a rhythm and I was using what's called the vocal foxtrot. If I went across and I found something else, I'll go to movie and show. This is all you have to do. Movie and show, I'm going to go to on Broadway or movie classic. Oh, which one will I pick? I'll pick movie classic. It's gone ready. A is ready to start, and I'm going to have an introduction. We can have short, medium or long introductions, and at the end of the piece we can have a short ending, a long ending or a medium ending. And basically you just hold the chord when you're doing that. So I'm going to now hold the chord to start. What we're doing is we're building up the arrangement, and each time I press the next variation, it changes and the sounds change. Again. That's all ready for me to use. 4 variations for every rhythm section that we pick. So rhythms match sounds. And not only that, if I go back to that, the main operating of this instrument is it's bringing up the sounds like you'd be used to on an organ, where you can put multiple sounds. This chooses 3 different sounds for the right hand and 1 for the left. So that first one that I used, the accordion, but I could have also added a violin ready to use and a guitar. The next one, whole group new sounds. This time it's told me they're all on, so I don't have to turn them on or off. But if I just wanted to have the first sound, an oboe, that's right 1, I turn these off. If I want to add the clarinet and flutes, or if I want to add the strings. So whilst we have 4 variations, we've got multiple options. You don't have to touch this if you don't want to. But if you wanted to add and take off, every time you touch one of these, the sound will go perfectly. It will mix with the other sounds. Let's go to another one quickly. Let's go to a Latin. And we have lots of options. On the screen we've got lots, so we've got cha-chas. Let's go to a lounge bossa nova. So once we've chosen it, once again I'm going to choose an introduction. first chord. And we play as soon as that light goes out. Ending. So you can spend forever exploring. As soon as you want to go back to something, you go back to that particular, whether it be pop and rock, dance. I'm going to go to ballroom this time to finish up. And let's do a lovely English waltz. English waltz. And it will set it all up for a lovely English waltz with an introduction. Here we go again. How easy is that? And you have every conceivable type of instrument on this. So you want to keep it simple, you can keep doing that all day long. If you decided, oh, I really want to keep that one, you can pop it into one of the registration memories. And then when you turn it back on again, it'll be there. So if I wanted to keep that one, I'll put that in number 1.
How do you save that, Leith?
Just by holding the memory button right there, and you will notice the number, there's 8 of them, and I put that into number 1.
That's easy.
So if I went back here and do something totally different again, just quickly, okay, let's go in there, and we go to, a jazz, a big band. Now I've decided I want to keep that already, so I'm just going to pop it in number 2. There's my intro, and away we go again. So it's actually really easy and simple to use. So amazing instrument, and if you just wanted to sit here and even play one sound, the sound accuracy of all the sounds on this instrument are quite stunning. So any instrument you want to play, it will be in there, from a woodwind to a guitar. And very interestingly enough, the touch and feel is really easy to play, so that when you are playing things, if you're actually so each time we go in, even organs are all but it has theatre organs in there, classical organs. It actually becomes endless in what you can do.
Has it got sort of like a Wurlitzer theatre organ or something like that?
Yes, well, it's got electronic organ sound, this sound, and the home theatre organ sound.
Beautiful.
If we keep going and we keep looking, it's got all the 60s sounds, and then the vintage sounds. And then we've got the classical sounds. As well as very soft classical sounds. And if we keep going, we've got theatre organ. So you can have a lot of fun with this instrument. I can't begin to tell you how good it is. The last thing I'll mention on this keyboard, if you're a pianist or you want to use it in that type of genre, you also have an octave up and down button, which I find quite useful. That's the extent of this keyboard, but I can take that down to really create a grand piano. And I can take it up. There's the... So you can have more than what's there in terms of the keys. You can also add sustain pedals if you're used to having a sustain, but you've actually got a sustain button. Keep it simple, that's what this keyboard is about. And if you have those basic steps, which I always include with these keyboards, then you can't really get lost with it. You'd have a lot of fun with this instrument. Anyway, I'm getting back into it because I'm having too much fun. I hope you've enjoyed this video.
That's great.
And what will we finish with, Mike? What would you like?
I love the big theatre organ sound.
The big theatre, oh yes, well, yes, I don't know whether I've got one built in.
And the classical organs too.
And the classical organs, yes, that's another great option. Let's see if we can find. If we go into ballroom, I like the ballroom option. It might have, there's an organ quick step. Excellent. And we'll see what we get. So this is the Yamaha Psr Sx900, and it really is an amazing keyboard.